Hello, world. Hello, everybody. Okay.
Mike,
look at the numbers.
Where's your mom?
What is going on?
Oh, usually we start with a prayer. We didn't do that.
Oh, should we start with a prayer?
Let's start with a prayer. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for this opportunity to be here together with each other. And for those who are going to see this video or watch it live, I ask you to bless us all in the way that we need to be blessed. Help us just to entrust our hearts, our minds, and our lives to you. Holy Spirit, come. Amen.
Amen.
And the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So we did it.
Okay. This is live number 2. We've done 2 of these.
Yeah.
Boy. Great.
Okay. We're going to call this our big number 2.
Oh, crud.
Dose a dose.
Well, we wanted to do this. We kind of planned this a couple days ago. We wanted to do a live. So we want to take some questions. We want to hear what you guys are thinking. If there's topics you want us to cover. We have an episode with a gentleman named Doug Ivey that's in the hopper as we speak. We already interviewed Doug, and so we're looking at getting him edited and out to you guys soon. So that'll be a good one. It was a great interview. Big fan of Doug. And then, we've also talked about doing an interview with Brad Brustol, Q&A with Brad.
Second.
Yeah. So he was, which interview was he?
Early 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that one, we'll start promoting that. But when we can get that organized, his story is mind-blowing, just mind-blowing. So you'll see if you watch the episode what he had to go through, where he's at now, and yeah. Anyway, crazy. So we're excited to get Brad on there too. I don't want to give too much information yet. So.
Yeah, we did. We saw Brad a week ago now at coffee, and it was, since you probably already watched his interview. Brad can't speak anymore. Doesn't have a voice box, I think, is the way that it works.
His epiglottis, is that the epiglottis? Is that
Epiclesis. Nope. Dionysus. Nope.
For goodness sake. Here we go. Is it there's a flap that covers your windpipe when you eat. And so after he had cancer, and if you watch the interview, it's just amazing, but he talks about having cancer, that fried his throat, the radiation fried his throat, that stopped working. And so they had, for 5 years, he went without food. They just did tube feedings through his stomach. So he did that for 5 years. And then he decided to have surgery to close that so that he could eat again. But by doing that, a repercussion of that, or a consequence of that, is that he cannot speak any longer. So he cannot speak with his voice. He has a tracheotomy hole. I don't know what you call that, but he has to use a special device that he puts on the side of his neck. It echoes through his mouth. But he is so full of life. Like, he is so happy. And I was like, looking back now, Brad was at, do you think you made the right decision? Would you like to have your voice back instead? But anyway, we'll get into that with him live, and you can ask him questions, but just amazing. Berean, he's a pastor of Berean Church, Protestant church, and converted to Catholicism. And that's his story is amazing. I don't even know what else to say about it, but he's been coming to coffee again with his little thing on his neck, and crazy. So yeah.
So we look forward to bringing Brad back on. And so his surgery went well. He's doing well. He put on 10 pounds, which he still probably weighs 130 pounds. Brad's a thin man. I called him Fatty when I first saw him. I thought that was funny. I don't know if he did. He cried a little bit. But, yeah. So anyway, we'll have Brad back on in the near future, which will be interesting logistically to figure out how he does that, because he can't talk. I mean, he uses the little device, but it's like a robotic whisper.
You almost have to get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Once you hear him a few times, then you can understand. It's like learning a language a little bit.
Yeah. So I bet if you're watching this right now, you're thinking like, where'd the barn go?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where did it go?
It's good. No, it didn't burn down. We are actually at my office. We decided to come here tonight, which I noticed behind you. There's a webcam or a ring camera over there. So we're on camera, being on camera.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason we came here too was because there's very little internet in the barn. It's detached. It's kind of out. We're out in the country, and so yeah, we decided to come here so that we can have a good connection and make this work. And we'll try to get that updated. But
yeah. So we are taking donations for better internet to the barn. So
yeah, we do have a Patreon account. So
yeah, I don't know.
we're trying to come up with some great content to push out there too. It might, yeah. Anyway, we're working all through that. So anyway, if you have questions, put them in the comments. We'll respond to them. Yeah. What else do you want to say?
So normally our interviews are kind of like having coffee with a guy. That's what Mike and I have been doing for years now, coming up on almost a decade of just meeting with men in whatever state of life they're in. Sometimes it's a giant mess, and sometimes it's miraculous, and everywhere in between. And a lot of times we go out for coffee. Sometimes it's smoking a pipe or for lunch, and we just have conversations. That's why we started this podcast, is to do the same thing that we've been doing with these men and bring that into the light. So you can see what it's like to just have an honest and vulnerable conversation with someone. For us, doing that creates an intimate relationship. So that's why we started the podcast. And so tonight it's just Mike and I. We don't have any guests, but we thought we'd give you a little insight into our lives and what we have going on, what we're doing. So it's a new year. It's July 7th. And is it the 7th? January 7th.
Wow.
It's come by quick.
I wish it was July.
So it feels like July. It was 60 today.
Crazy. No, Lincoln, Nebraska.
So as Mike and I were talking about subjects we want to discuss tonight, one of them was New Year's resolutions. So I know one of yours. Do you have any other New Year's resolutions? I
don't. I just have that one.
That's a big one.
Yeah. But you have a few, right?
Yeah, I have a couple. Yeah. So every year in December, I try and discern what God's calling me to do with the next year, just looking forward. So I try and enter into prayer and just be attentive and open and listen to what he wants from me to challenge me, really, because it's easy for me to get comfortable. So I try and open myself up to, how do you want me to get uncomfortable? And a couple of years ago, that was, it was very clear. He said, he wants me to grow in generosity. And that was a different journey than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to mean giving money away, because that's the quick and easy way to be generous, is to give money away. But I quickly learned in that first 30 days or so, I invited, I don't know, a dozen guys out to lunch or coffee with the intent to buy their meal or their drink. And
was I invited?
You were, and I'm not kidding you. I don't think one time I paid for a single meal or coffee. People they're like, no, I got this one. I'm like, they don't understand. I'm supposed to be generous.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I think it was God's way of telling me, I want you to be generous with things other than money. Money became a part of it, but it was mostly with my time and my talents, really with my heart. And so that year I recorded a lot of music, and I spent a lot of time with men. I did end up having the opportunity to buy some meals for guys and drinks and whatnot, and give financially in some other ways too. That year I ended up being more generous in a calendar year than I ever had before. But in that, God kept blessing me with time and with finances. So it was just an interesting journey. So this year I went back to God in December and said, okay, what does 2026 look like? Like where do I need to shore up? What am I lacking in? And what became very clear for me in a few different ways is that I have these glass ceilings, is the way I put it, that I've put in place to say that I can only accomplish so much, or I can only do so much in these areas of my life. Both with, like I enjoy running, and I believe that I can only run so fast or so far. And, but I don't know why, because, my friends that run with me are like, that's ridiculous. You can go faster, you can go further. And I'm like, yeah, but for some reason I think I can't. So that's one area, is in like physical activity. Growing my business is another one, but also in my spiritual life, there's some interesting challenges that I just thought I was capped out at a certain place. But God's just given me an opportunity to go deeper. So we'll see what 2026 has to offer in that, but it's making me uncomfortable.
I mean, it's already July.
I know, it's half a year in and I've accomplished nothing.
That's great. So tell them about the big one.
Oh, the zinger.
Yeah. And we do have Jim chiming in over here too.
Oh.
Jim Bertrand. Oh, unless he might have left too. Thanks for joining us, Jim. If we missed you, I know you left a couple comments. Thank you for joining us today. Rockstar Jim Bertrand. If you haven't seen Jim's interview, we interviewed Jim. Oh, was it 13 or I can't remember what episode it was. Amazing. So thank you, Jim. Hopefully we didn't lose him. Anyway, did you want to speak about your?
Well, yeah. So I'm drinking a non-sugary beverage because Mike and I happen to be in the same handful of guys that Mike texted our thread one day, our coffee group thread, and he said, "Guys, does anybody want to consider giving up sugar in the new year?" And I texted him one off, and I said, "That's really strange that you said that because this morning I literally had that desire to give up sugar." And so I said, "I'm in." Didn't know what the deal was going to be or what it was going to look like or how it's going to work, but just said I'd agree to it. So we and a few other guys decided we're going to give up sugar in the new year. And it
sucks. It sucks.
I appreciate your honesty. I was going to say it's been challenging. No, it sucks.
Yeah. We're 7 days in, and the first couple of days were not bad. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody else has tried that before, but it sucks on a variety of levels because it's our cupboard is full of like today there was. I'm trying to eat healthy too. I'm not trying to eat any processed food, so I'm kind of going all in with healthy stuff. So there's a bag of chips at home. There's a whole thing of Oreos. I mean. Somebody came over yesterday and they handed me a whole thing of like Slim Jims, and I'm like, I can't eat them. I'm trying to eat healthy. So it's been really hard from that temptation level. But I kid you not, though. Somebody asked me, they're like, well, since you're doing it, do you feel like any different? And I'm like, you know what? I do have like that brain fog is sort of gone. Have you experienced that?
No, I wouldn't say
you're still pretty foggy.
I'm super foggy. No.
You are really?
No.
I was like, that's strange. The other downside is that I don't know if it's downside, but I spend a lot of money on steak.
Oh,
I mean, I'm trying to eat very healthy, but I'm buying like cheap steaks, but it's still expensive.
So I found, because I eat a lot of steak too, I started buying not even cheap steaks. I'll buy like roasts because they're half the price, and I'll just slice them thin, and I fry them up I've got a cast iron skillet. I'm like, this is like the poor man's steak.
Yeah. We bought short ribs. I've never had short ribs. Have you ever had short ribs?
I've had long ribs, not short. Okay. Come on, Mike.
I didn't even know what short ribs were, but so I cooked them on the grill today. I mean, we don't have an oven, so we lost our oven, but they were actually, all the kids really liked them.
Sorry to hear that.
It's really, well, it's actually been good because then there's no cookies being made or anything. So that's been a big blessing. But yeah, I honestly though, I have felt better. I'm trying to think like joint wise and stuff. I feel better.
Mm-hmm. So that's where it's been a change for me is like in my joints. Today I went to the gym and I didn't lift heavy weights. I did more like flexibility and core and stuff. And I can feel a difference in my joints, specifically in my knees. I'm 48 and sometimes things crackle and pop and they just haven't been as much.
Would you be continuing to go through this if there wasn't a group that we're tied to this group that we can have like be accountable? So like people are like Ryan's weighing in, like he wants a pop and
yeah.
Would you still be?
I think I would. I just think it's taken the edge off. Like, and I was just on a phone call with a buddy who actually just celebrated 6 days ago, celebrated 10 years of sobriety from his addiction.
Wow.
And we were talking about the value in accountability and just being around other men. And so I brought up the sugar-free group or whatever we call it.
The sugar coders.
Yeah.
Sugar coders.
And so I mentioned that. I said, just knowing that there's guys out there, I feel stronger in it.
Yeah.
It's not that I couldn't do it on my own, but even like I run half marathons and I didn't run the last one that I could have run. Just wasn't the right timing for me. But I noticed that like I don't want to train on my own. It's really hard. I can work out at the gym on my own for some reason, but running 5 to 10 miles on my own. I get like 3 miles in, I'm like, I'm just walking home.
Yeah,
Quit.
I'm done. Yeah.
So yeah, I do think I would do it, but I think I would probably cheat a little bit more if I didn't have someone there to help encourage.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, it's, you know, like yesterday it was barbecue sauce. I got barbecue sauce in my fridge and I made some pork and I was like, it's a little dry. I'm just going to slather it in barbecue sauce.
That's what I thought about today.
And I turned around like, oh, it's loaded with sugar. That's why it's so good.
There's probably like sugar-free barbecue sauce though, isn't there?
Well, did you see Kurt's picture that he sent of the Reese's Pieces or whatever?
Oh, I'm sure it's like cardboard or something.
There's sugar-free everything.
Yeah.
But like to your point, I'm trying to eat more whole foods and go less processed. So
yeah, that's good. It's been, I have not done that before. I don't think really to this extent, but it's, it's not as hard as I thought, but it does suck. So yeah, does anybody have any questions or anything? Like we're live here for a little while. We do have, gosh, a handful of people that we're going to interview here in the next, I don't know, probably several months, but we've got some really good people coming through. Somebody who used to be a Quaker, became Catholic, which is, it's going to be an amazing story. We've got another gentleman discerning. I mean, we got a lot of guys discerning whether they want to come on and speak, but former politician, potentially pretty high up. I was trying to think of who.
We've got the artist.
He's an amazing, makes a living as an artist, as an amazing artist. He paints churches and everything. So,
but you haven't read on the team thread today, but I talked today with a licensed therapist that said he'd be interested in maybe coming on too. So,
Jim has a comment, and I'm not even going to repeat it, Jim.
I'm gonna. So if you watched the Jim for Trans episode,
was that on that episode?
I think that was it. Was it?
Or was it the beard? Was it my beard or my ponytail?
No, remember I was goofing around. I don't know why you keep that stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you just go to
as a matter of fact.
Mike's Ponytail is amazing.org/net _123.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I'll have to investigate that.
Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
That's a real ponytail.
You know what? Yeah. I really didn't even look at myself. I just came and sat down. I was running all day. So, yep, it's still there.
All right. Well, if you just joined us, we're not in the barn. We're actually in Lincoln city limits, so you won't hear any cats meowing behind us or
no gunshots.
Well,
actually, you may
gunshots.
Yeah. No, like shotgun shots.
Nope. Okay. So, what's been going on in your world, Mike?
I went back to school, teaching, so that's been good. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if anybody's a teacher, but Jim was a teacher, right, Jim? So what's crazy, what happens is that your class just takes on a personality. And so I'm in the same classrooms as I was last semester, different kids, and that's been really interesting for me as a new teacher, not experiencing that before. That I really miss like that dynamic. I was talking to Sister Maria today at Pius, and she said it's kind of like a family happens around this classroom, and you become a family after so many months together. And so having all these new kids in the same seats as my other kids were, it's kind of sad. I miss them. And I have a few kids that are taking my classes in different classes, so I get to see some of their faces again. And I just love it, man. But so I got to know some of the kids today and ask them what they want to do when they graduate. A lot of seniors. I have a lot of seniors. So yeah, I'm excited though. It's going to be next. I think we have 86 days left. So we're counting down. It's not counting snow days.
That seems so quick.
I hope so. I hope it's quick. There's a lot of lesson planning. Yep. Anyway, no.
And what do you teach? Just for those who don't know.
I teach art. So I teach ceramics, photography, interior design, and graphic design. So it's been great. I didn't know, a whole lot about some of those subjects. But yeah, it's been really good. So I did leather work for 3 years, which was kind of the way that I was able to get into teaching at Pius. It was really funny. I took classes at Kearney. I'm getting certified to teach, and you have to take classes, a certain amount of classes every year. And in December, I had 2 classes that I was taking this last December. In December, I got an email from my professor, and he was like encouraging me to like try to get all my materials done and everything. And he sent me an email. He said, "Great job. You're no longer failing. You're no longer failing." And I was like, "Well, is this just a pass-fail class? Because then that's good." But apparently, you have to have a B to pass and to keep that B average throughout this course. And so I thought, "Oh no!" So I kept working hard, and in the next 2 weeks, I finished all my assignments, and then I get an email that says, "Congratulations, we want to invite you to the honor society at Kearney," because I had I had A's in my classes. But
What?
it was really silly. I was like, "Oh, this is just silly." But I was laughing because I was like 2 weeks ago I was failing. But so I'm excited. I'm not taking classes this semester. I took a break, but yeah, just teaching 5 classes, and they're all different. So it's great.
You took a break so that we could do more podcasts. That's
Do
honorable.
more podcasts, yeah. I hope, I wonder how, there's a little echo in here. I'm not sure if that's problematic at all, or is there like a little echo bounce back? I'm not sure.
It's not bothering me.
Let us know. Okay. All right. Anybody have any good recommendations for future interviewees? We've got, like I said, we got a lot of good guys. Yeah, I don't want to give too much stuff away, but we've got.
Give it all away, Mike.
I can hear you. Yes, you can, Jim. Thank you for watching.
People have to watch Jim's episode to get that.
That's right. I mean, these are all inside jokes with Jim, but I'm glad you can hear us, Jim.
They're not inside because they're public, but I mean, you have to watch to know.
Jeez. Okay. Well, Jim. So, okay. Jim's our audio barometer. So one thing we want to do, you know what? And Jim, you're like down the street. You could have come joined us and done a Q&A. We need to promote you because so Jim Bertrand, for those of you that don't know, is an expert on the Shroud of Turin, and the Shroud of Turin is the burial. It's thought to believe the burial cloth of Jesus Christ. And Jim has been many different locations in the United States. He's gone overseas. I think New Zealand was one of the places, Jim, I believe. So good at your presentations, and so it'd be great to have you on live. I know we've said it before, but to do a Q&A. So we'll have to find a time, and we could just do it here again because we can just come down the street.
Yeah.
Jim's not too far. So
the other night,
he's game. Good Jim.
Playing a game? No, he is game. Yeah. So I was watching another gentleman talk about the Shroud of Turin. Seemed like an expert. You're my one and only, Jim, though. But he was telling the interviewer about the crown of thorns, and that there were 50, I think, some puncture wounds. And then he had the kind of like Jim does, the huge shroud, like photocopy of it. And he said there are around 50 or so puncture wounds that you can see on the head of Christ. And I was like, oh man, I only saw Jim's mini version of his whole presentation, so I didn't catch that piece. But it was just interesting, the amount of data that they can pull from that shroud for us to be able to pick apart and understand it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jim could verify, but it was in the 70s, I believe, when they took that initial sample. I think it was 60s or 70s. But to now have AI, or all the data that it can compile and try to piece together things, I wonder if there's any sort of hidden messages or anything in there that we haven't been able to see with the human eye. That I don't know. I'm just kind of curious to see.
Jim's probably just
I know
licking his chops.
We need
over
to.
there.
I know. We need to have Jim on so that you can sit here and answer these things. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. What else did you have for? I didn't. John. So the last 2 days we've been planning to do this, and I went back to school, and so I have had zero time to look at my phone. I've been in class. And so I don't even know, I think Jonathan's probably texted me a few times. We've got, I don't know, Aaron helps us. And so I know that you guys have been talking back and forth about things, and I don't even know what we were going to cover. I rolled in on the phone basically, and I'm like, okay, I'm here. So
it's 6:58. Mike rolled in. Yeah. He's like, all right, showtime. Where's my makeup?
What do I need to do? Where's the ponytail on the left and the right?
I just sat by my phone waiting for you to put a smiley face emoji on there.
I had a feeling.
My whole day today, in fact. I sat watching.
Just customers were coming in. So Jonathan, you own a car dealership. Mm-hmm. And so we're actually sitting with customers come in, and nobody's coming in tonight, right? What time do you close?
5:30 today.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. It's good.
I told my son we're going to be here. I'm like, don't come in. You'll be on camera if you do.
Yeah. The nice thing about the live is that it will. Oh, that's an open question. He said. Okay, interesting. We'll have to have you on, Jim, to like clarify all these questions that we have. The one thing that's nice about the live though is that we can do a live and then it stays on YouTube as a video. So we talked about some of the interviews that we do and having to edit them, and the post-production is just takes a long time to get everything out. So this is a nice way that we're hopefully going to do more of these where we can just do these quick, get them out. Haven't even, have some interviews on this with the Q&A. We got Doug. I know Doug Ramp wants to come on and talk about mental illness. So that'll be nice to have him on there too to answer questions. But yeah, so this is just kind of fun to try, and it worked and worked again. Oh no.
You're that motorcycle.
I feel I can feel you staring at me.
Yeah. You're a beautiful man, Mike says.
I wondered. Okay, thanks, man. You're pretty okay.
I can feel your body heat. It's too close.
I wonder if I was going to ask Jim, since he's watching, if they ever invite you to Seek, Jim. Do you ever go out to Seek to do anything? I know I think they just wrapped that up. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it'd be good. Maybe good to talk about that too. So I bet that's pretty neat. I bet he's spoken in some pretty neat spots.
So let me ask you that same question you asked me. If we didn't have the
hi Jude.
Hey. If we didn't have the Sugar Coaters group, would you still be doing it?
I would. Jude, you know what? We need to interview you, buddy. You've had some experiences. We were just talking about people we're going to interview. So we'll have to get you on there too. We got a few more comments coming in. When I keep doing the Sugar Coaters group, so those people that are just joining, Jonathan and I are part of a group called the Sugar Coaters. We quit sugar. We're eating healthy. I don't know if you're doing, but no processed food.
Yeah.
Okay. If there was no group, I would have had an Oreo tonight with milk.
Just one?
Well, maybe 3.
Oh, I would have had a half a box though.
I would have cheated. But I would have felt bad. So, yep, you guys keep me strong. So day 7.
Okay.
8, 7.
That's good to know. Well, you saw, I texted and told Doug. Well, I told the group, but I told Doug. I said, "Man, I'm really struggling today. Like, I just want sugar." And it's cool to be able to be honest about it. Like, I don't have to hide it and be like, "No, I'm staying strong." Like, no, I'm not. I think it was Ryan who said, like, I've got headaches, or I'm craving caffeine or whatever it was. And yeah, it's nice to have the accountability and just to know people are listening.
Are you not doing caffeine?
I typically don't do caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a decaf guy.
Okay.
I'm not crazy about it. Like, I'll have a Dr. Pepper or whatever once in a while. But
I got some questions coming in. So Aaron Hammond, question for each of you to answer. What topic could you give a lecture on for 45 minutes without preparation?
I know the answer to that. Do you?
Go ahead.
No, you got to answer.
I'll answer after you.
The feeling prayer.
Oh,
yeah, I could talk about. Well, I literally did a retreat, so yeah. The feeling prayer. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a form of prayer, not kind of your typical prayer. It's really just sitting with how you feel and going deeper into the feeling, and then seeing where you feel that in your body and in your heart. Just presenting it in front of Jesus and seeing where it goes. And it's been life-changing for me and for other guys too. So I could talk about that.
I think I would maybe talk about vulnerability. I was trying to think what I talk about. Leather work. I think vulnerability. I think I've seen so much fruit the last several years from the different groups that we're a part of, the retreat, Forged in Faith, all those things. Vulnerability is like a game changer. And that would probably be what I would talk about.
Can you expand on that? What does that mean when you say vulnerability? Like, what would you talk about? Like your top 3 bullet points, or not to throw you on the spot, but your lives.
45 minutes. I have to put 45 minutes in this.
Yeah. I mean, I know how important it is and how passionate you are about vulnerability, but like at just a high level, what would you share with other guys or women about vulnerability? What does it mean to you?
Well, I learned, I mean, I think on the episode that I was on with the Born Again podcast, I can't remember which one it was, but we talked about wounds and vulnerability that I had in my own life and accountability. And at the moment that you're willing to tell somebody else kind of those dark secrets that you've been holding and have continued to make you feel shameful, all those things that you're like, I'm going to be judged so severely and people are going to not want to ever talk to me again. Like when you're willing to say those out loud and tell somebody, like when the first time I did that, and then I had other guys say, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I can relate. And this is like what happened to me or whatever. And then it's like, whoa. So instead of continuing to carry this and hide it and be ashamed of whatever you're struggling with, vulnerability opens that up and it kind of like dismantles anything that's locked inside of you. And then all of a sudden God's grace just continues to pour inside of you. And then all the graces, all the gifts seem to just penetrate you because you're open to being loved by the Father, and all these things start happening. And then your life starts to change. And then your like everything around you starts to change. And you start to have courage to do things that you would never have done, and reach out to people, and it's amazing. But in order to like have that happen, you have to like disrupt all these things inside of you that weren't even your fault. Like you just had these things happen to you, and it's either trauma, PTSD, whatever you want to call it. But until you can kind of allow those things to start to dissolve in God's love and the light of Christ. Anyway, that would be vulnerability, is like you're starting to be willing to expose parts of yourself to the light, to other good men who are willing to validate you and say, you know what, I get it, and you're good, and I'll see you tomorrow. You know, like it's not like I will never talk to you again. That is crazy what you just said. They're like, I'll call you later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then it's like, okay, now I'm seeing what it's like to have like this family of people that care about me and us, and you know what that's like as well. I mean, there's just so many people, and we have our coffee group started with 2 guys, and then 3 guys, and 4, and all of a sudden we're at 40 plus guys, and everybody's very vulnerable. It's crazy. Like you can go sit at coffee, and we rarely talk about the Husker game. Mm-hmm. It's always pretty well, like you're diving deep. I mean, Jim knows, he's been out there. Jude's been at coffee. So yeah, like it's just amazing. So that would be what I'm talking about.
So how do you, because that was a really good explanation.
Oh, thanks.
Vulnerability, from the way you describe it, it requires fear.
Risk.
Yeah, you have to, in order to be vulnerable, it means you have to be afraid to risk that, to risk embarrassment, rejection, whatever it is. So like, what do you tell someone who says, look, I want to be vulnerable, I'm too scared? Because you were at that point and then you did it. And maybe that's the point of exasperation or exhaustion of running from whatever it was, but you overcame that threshold and said, screw it, I'm going to be honest with someone. And then you received, and you've reaped the benefit, the fruit of that. But what do you tell someone who says, I just can't do it?
I think you just have to continue to invite them. But I don't think it was even on my radar that was what you could do. Like I remember Father Kokali was the one that I was meeting with, and we were talking about something unrelated, it was a program for the diocese, because I did web development at the time. And so I was doing something for the internet, and I was talking about maybe implementing this in all the schools and everything. And he just invited me to accountability group. And I was like, I don't need to do that, you know? And he's like, we meet on Wednesday nights, you know, and because he did it again, you know, he said it again. I was like, oh, and then you just feel a tug to like, I should probably go check it out. And then, I mean, it's the hardest thing. You would relate to, but anytime, and probably people on the thread too would relate. But usually those really hard things that are really scary for you to do, if it's something that God's calling you to and you do it, the fruit is amazing. Like I tell the kids in my classes at the end of the semester, all of them, I told them, I said, do not be afraid. Like and it was a foreign idea for them. Like these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. And I remember saying it to my ceramics class early on. And I said, somebody mentioned going on the wheel to do some ceramics on the wheel. And I said, what are you afraid of? Like, you're not going to just don't be afraid. I said, you should never be afraid. Like usually those things that you're afraid of, those are the things that God might be calling you to. And you should try to like go through that door. And that was like mind blowing to them. And I'm like, well, why is that? Why did you not grasp that? That's something that you should start recognizing that as a red flag to say, okay, this is what I'm scared of. I'm going to try it, and then you do it, and then you do something else. And then then it becomes like, whenever you have an obstacle, you're like, no big deal. It'll be good. So
yeah. So like I try and teach my kids that, even like my daughter.
Heart speaks to heart. Yeah. I like that. I don't think that I'd heard that. So that's Bishop Connolly's motto. Heart speaks to heart. Yeah. Vulnerability. Absolutely. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, so like I teach my 12-year-old daughter, she likes to bake, and sometimes she'll get maybe trepidatious is the right word. Like, I don't want to screw up. I'm not really sure how to make that. But over the last couple of years, she's got this ability she's like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna, like, she makes her own recipes from scratch. Like she said, we're gonna put 1 egg in and a cup of flour and so much water and butter and whatever. I'm like, this is gonna be a mess. But she doesn't care what the outcome is like. She just enjoys the experimentation. But I think what I hear in how you're explaining that, of how you would describe that to men, it's this same thing, like that ability to put shame to the side, to put fear to the side, and just experience. Mm-hmm. Like, because you could have been met when you were vulnerable with rejection, and you probably have been since then. I know I have been met with both when I've been vulnerable. Both acceptance and love and rejection. But the rejection doesn't tell me that I should stop being vulnerable. Mm-hmm. It just means that person's not in a place to receive me, and that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is a reality that you will be rejected, mm-hmm. And I think I did have that happen with one guy too. But that's just, I think Jesus was rejected. I mean, he got, a lot of times. So
by all the Pharisees.
Yeah. So, I mean, and he invited a lot of people to join him, but some people said no. So
yeah, or I think of Nicodemus, like people that in his time, the invite, even the rich man that came to him, he said, "Sell everything you have." And the rich man went away sad. Like there was the invite and rejection, but Jesus knew who he was, mm-hmm. and what the invitation. It wasn't about him; it was about leading him to the Father. Mm-hmm. So he didn't take it personally.
And even with John chapter 6, with him offering his body, his heart, his body and blood, and people rejected it. And it was such a foreign, crazy idea for them to consume him. But he was being as vulnerable. Like, that's really vulnerable, right? Like, not only are you offering, like, I want to like have you, take all of me. I want you to just be part of my life and take, and consuming. As a Catholic, we believe we're actually consuming his heart, his body and blood, soul, and divinity, everything in the Eucharist. So he was like vulnerable on so many levels that sounded crazy, number one. So he had probably people that were very close to him, followed him for a long time. And that was the breaking point. They were like, nah, forget it. I can't do that. So yeah, I don't know. There is a risk that people will, abandon you. Family will probably be hurt. Mm-hmm. But the fruit on the other side, and God won't let you drop. Like, he will not let you fall. Like, he will, if you're trying to do something good for him and you're being vulnerable and you're taking a risk, I think he gets really excited about that when you do it.
Or he may let you fall. I mean, that's kind of what the Father did in essence with Jesus. Like, he didn't give him an easy path. It was always supposed to be that path. Mm-hmm. So, I think of Maximilian Kolbe, or even Mother Teresa, and the dryness in her spiritual life. Like, God never promises that it's going to be easy, but he will be faithful.
Yeah, that's good.
Aaron asked a question about if we've had any guests that asked a question that changed our life, or thought provoking, I suppose is another way to say that.
Yes, man.
If you got one, go ahead.
Well, no, I just that's an amazing question. Thank you, Aaron. We've had so many guests that were just amazing, right? I mean, as I kind of think through all the different people that have been on, Matt Simmons was our first one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the stuff that he was saying with HSPs, and that was crazy. Highly sensitive people.
Yeah.
And then we went, I think was our next one, Father Kilcawley, or I mean, I'm trying to think, we had Thad, maybe Thad.
Oh yeah, Thad, Luke Sweeney.
I mean, everybody, I was so impressed with everybody that's been on our podcast. I don't know, I can't think of anything right offhand. I want to say something from Jim because I know he's listening, and it would be legit. I would
pandering.
You know, like I'm so like fascinated with the Young Earth, Jim. I'm not sure if you're still listening or not, but the whole Young Earth stuff, just the shrouds, but your like story about your life, and you went into your father was killed in a plane crash. I mean, there were just so many things people said. Larry, I mean, there's so many people. I don't know. I can't think of one. Do you have one?
Well, that's the thing for me is like in each of the interviews it's not like there's a moment, but usually there are some key points that are pretty not mind-blowing, but just it's their vulnerability. You know, as you kind of listed them off, I remember it was Matt Simmons talking about his conversion and the low point in his life and what that moment looked like when he was trying to choose life or death, quite literally. Luke Sweeney, at the moment that his son was born and the realization that he had this different life now because he has a son with a disability, and he was honest about what that felt like. He wasn't like, I just embraced what Jesus gave me. You know, he just was brutally honest. And seeing it like Tom Corda talking about being let go and not knowing it was coming, and how he dealt with that in such a mature way. Like just seeing those key moments through all these stories from these completely normal people, but how they just rose to the occasion. It reminds me of just the saints, the body of Christ. When we read about Maximilian Kolbe and how we hear his story and we're like, oh, but he was a saint. Like, well, yeah, it's because of the choices that he made. Same with Mother Teresa. It wasn't because she was famous. That's not why she's a saint. It's because of the way she loved. And so that's what I hear in each of these stories is all the men that we've interviewed have had these moments of finding out the depth of their character. When adversity hit them, how did they respond? And everyone we've had on has, like you said with Jim's dad dying in a plane crash, and like every one of them has said, it took them some time and some healing, but they're all meeting it with an acceptance of God's will. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's beautiful to be able to hear and see those stories and look in the eyes of these men as they share those things. That's what's been so impactful to me. I
would love to go back through them and pull out clips of everybody's stuff and put it into one big show, because there's so many good, amazing. I remember when we interviewed Dan Zock, and we listened to him for like, I don't know, he went on for about a minute, and he was just locked into what he was saying, and we were both like listening to what he was saying with just like, we couldn't believe what he was saying, and he's like, did that make sense? And you and I were both like, it was really fun. Like, it was makes sense. It was laughable because it was so cool. But gosh, everybody's had such
even Dan, like when he talked about his relationship with his brothers, like, man, the fact that he's sharing that, like, because you want to hear the story where it's like, and we're all best of buds, and he's like, no, things are strained, but he just shared. I just love that about these men that we've interviewed.
Yeah, it's been great. And well, this would be a good time to maybe bring up I don't know, do you want to talk about, we had a potential, we were going to maybe flip the script a little bit on the interviewee.
That's up to you.
I don't know. I mean, well, it's not up to me because
maybe we shouldn't, because it's still TBD.
Okay. We do have a potential, well, that person did say yes, but it's been, they have been very busy with different things, and so we haven't had a chance to get them on. But we're trying to decide if it's the right direction.
Well, so that's
Yeah.
how I discern anyway.
We're excited. We're excited to I mean, these are future episodes that we
Yes.
have in the works. So yeah, I mean, some of like Jim commented.
Jim said, "Stop talking about me."
I'm Irish too, Jim, so I get it. Okay, and then I didn't read Aaron's about, yeah, you realize when you're wrong, be vulnerable. Yeah.
I think that's Mother Teresa's prayer. Was it Mother Teresa? Be vulnerable anyway, love anyway.
I think she prayed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vulnerability isn't about how the other person responds.
Yeah. This is good. I'm glad we did it.
Me
I
too.
mean, I appreciate you guys listening and chiming in with questions. I think Jude dropped off. Jude, did you drop off? I think you're gone. I was gonna bring your story up.
Oh, do it when he's not here. That's
Yeah,
so
I would like
funny.
to. So my son Jude's, he's followed us. He was on a little bit ago. I like to bring his story in. He had a pretty crazy incident. I mean, gosh, your kids too. Well, we had Dylan on. Forgot about that. So Dylan, what's the update on Dylan? Maybe that'd be good to like talk
Oh,
about. I mean, he's not with Focus. He was a Focus
No,
missionary.
he is with Focus.
He's still with Focus.
Yeah. He's in Austria currently, but Focus has publicly announced that they're pulling out of Europe.
Oh,
So,
that's right. Okay.
He'll have to decide if he's coming back to the States with Focus or leaving. He'll have to discern that. So that is yet to be determined as far as I'm aware, but I assume he's staying with Focus. But yeah, he'll be back in the summer, so it might be good to follow up with him
Yeah.
after his
He's
second.
dating somebody now too, right?
He is.
Texas or?
She is from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to look at the screen because never mind. Yeah, I see the blue reflection in your glasses.
I look down like that.
Well, I don't know.
What else are you going to talk about, Mike? If we wait long enough, Aaron's going to throw another question out. So I'll just.
I got nothing. I can't even think of anything else that's going on. We are trying, like, one of our resolutions, I think, was to try to like do more content. So that's on our radar. But honestly, if anybody has any specific things you want to talk about, we have talked about doing an episode on miscarriages because Jonathan and I are both familiar with that. Aaron is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so gosh, there's so many cool things that we're talking about doing, and I don't even know what to say because I'm not sure what's public and what's not. But there's a lot of things happening behind, not here physically behind us, but in the Barn Again community. There's some really cool things happening, and so I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see what everything looks like in a year or two. What that looks like. So we're excited to continue to reveal that. I don't know. We got some cool guests coming up.
Well, if you haven't already, we'd encourage you to share the Barn Again podcast on your Facebook with other people so that we can bring more people into things that are coming in 2026. It's going to be a good year. We got a lot of good interviews scheduled. Actually, on that front, I know I'm going into the studio to record. If you ever are in Lincoln or if you're from Lincoln, Mike plays a pretty regular set at Boiler Brewing Company.
I do.
He and Doug Ramp joins him.
Yeah, Doug was one of our episodes. Doug's on there too. Yeah, that's fun.
Every once in a while, I get called up on stage. So
it's, you know what, everybody we've interviewed has been a coffee member pretty much, and an episode on our show. So Thad's Bar is where I play with Doug Ramp, who was an interviewee, and so was Thad.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Although you play there sometimes too when we have things set up.
Yep. And you and I talked about doing another show together.
Yep. Okay, so a quick wrap up on future guests as I'm kind of thinking through these. We have a gentleman who is a professional hitchhiker.
Mm-hmm.
That is he's brilliant though. Like, he's a brilliant, good man, Catholic guy. He's gonna come talk about his experiences. It's amazing. Like, I remember the first time I met him, he came to coffee and mind blown. What he was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, so
we'd only known him for a half hour, and I think
Yeah.
we both asked him, Do you want to be on our podcast?
So
Just to share his story, man. It's incredible.
Yep. So him, and I think I mentioned like somebody who used to be a Quaker religion, the Quaker religion, is excited to come on. Andrew, you're on the radar, buddy. Wes, yeah, we've talked to a lot of these guys that are some veterans. So I hear their stories, which is pretty good too. So yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I was chatting with somebody today in just a couple of months. I think Sister Miriam and Bob Schutz are coming to Lincoln.
Oh man, that's true. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. And
It is awesome.
Dad may have a connection, but I got a voicemail from somebody from, I don't want to say anything. Okay. It'll have to be, I got to get validated with this because I hate to drop any names, but big.
Yeah.
Big. So
I got the same thing. I can't drop names. Oh, this is like such a teaser.
Yeah.
We're terrible.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I was super fortunate enough to go to dinner with somebody who I don't even know what to say. Anyway, I know somebody that they called back and offered, like, if this person were in town, they'd be willing to come on. So that's where we're at. It'd be amazing. We'll work through that. I'm not sure when that would occur, but it may not be right away. But anyway, I didn't tell you that either. So
I don't know.
yeah. It's I got a voicemail 2 days ago. So we'll see. But yeah, we're trying to get some good content on. We do have a question though. Like, our format is like we're roughly, gosh, Jim, what was yours? 3 hours? I know Brad's was 3. No, maybe Jim's was closer to 2.5 or something. Is that too long? I know we need to do some editing to edit some stuff down, but we just get so much good content. It's hard to cut out, but it's always good to know like what format's good. If you'd rather have a shorter episode, 45 minutes. I don't know.
I'd rather let the conversation be what it is and let people decide. We put chapters in there and let people decide what of it they want to listen to. If they want to skip over a section on miscarriage because they haven't experienced
chapters in.
Fine.
Yeah, good point.
If we get to 500 subscribers, I think that becomes an automatic thing. So if you can help us get to 500, I think we're at 420-ish now.
Maybe we could do a giveaway.
We'll give Mike away.
I was going to say we could give a Ford F-150 out of Jonathan's lot over here.
I'm sorry, what was it?
You got a bunch of them out there. You wouldn't miss one, would you?
I wouldn't even know for it would take a couple weeks. But
if you're ever in Lincoln, down the street, Lincoln, Little Country Cars, right? So gotta come be giving a plug for Jonathan here to make some money.
Shameless.
But anyway, we're gonna have to come up with, Aaron, you're gonna have to help us. Jim, you have any ideas to come up with a giveaway? I do leather work, so maybe it can be something like that. We can do something. But when we hit 500 subscribers, we look at all our subscribers and we pull out of a hat one subscriber and free and clear send you something. So we'll work on that. Yeah. Oh, we did do a giveaway already with our Patreon content. So we put stuff on Patreon. So Tim Todd was our lucky winner. I don't know if Tim's out there. Tim, are you listening?
I hope you are.
He's nice.
You're so
Jim.
Encouraging, Jim.
That is awesome. It's not to Sister Miriam. Jonathan has the connections to Sister Miriam. So Aaron asked offline if I had connections to Sister Miriam. I do not. No, I don't think so. But we do. But I don't know. Dad seems to have some sort of connection too.
Well, yeah, he's enamored with her. He's like a fanboy.
He is. I think that's what maybe he meant was that he said. I think I said she was coming to North American Martyrs or something, and he's like, I will go there. Yeah. I will go and talk to her about your podcast. So maybe that was the connection, but I do not have a connection to her. I mean, Aaron, you were in Focus, right? So do you have like anybody that we could get a hold of?
Pull some strings.
Pull some strings.
Actually, we'll talk about that later.
We were going to didn't we talk about interviewing, is it Greg Schleppenbach?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he said he'd come on.
Yeah, and he started,
Oh, what's the name of that ministry?
Really cool ministry.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, we haven't verified that with Greg, but he did mention, I think.
Yeah, he said next time
open
he's
to
in
that.
town, he'd come on.
It's funny as we talked about these people coming on, I think of like Taylor Ashburn, like all these people that had some cool stuff happening, and to like go revisit them now on a live episode or something. Because Taylor started the Junior Bolts at Pius. It was amazing. So Junior Bolts is for little kids that are going to be eventually become Pius high school kids. It's a football program where all the little kids, all the different ages, become go into this program. And I think he had 100 and some kids that were on all these different teams. But I remember at the end of the season, like it was so much work for him. It was like 2 years worth of work, and he was doing it all for free. Never took a dime. And he didn't have a son even playing in the program. Well, he got into this whole thing. He got to the end of it. We were in the bleachers at Pius. He's kind of giving his like final remarks of, how the season went and it was all done. And I just was like, what an amazing thing he just did. Like he just did this thing. And we talked about fear earlier and just doing stuff that you feel called to do, but there's a lot of fear with finances, fear with your time. And, but if God's calling you to it, and he did it, and it was so good. So anyway, I'm just thinking of different people we had on. Taylor did awesome. I'm not sure. I don't think Taylor's listening, but
I had a conversation with a doctor today who said we were talking about having courage to break through these glass ceilings and do things that are beyond what we think we're capable of.
Future podcast potentially too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
And he said that he's been doing something similar, and God has kind of behind the scenes done this thing that's very big that will potentially involve him and a group of people around him over the next 2 years, like a multi-million-dollar project. And he said it was just like saying yes to that one thing, and then it led to another, and then other people were. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like doing a retreat. Like it's just responding to God and saying, okay, I heard that quiet voice prompting me, and I'm going to say yes, and then just letting it kind of snowball to the next stage. So that's what I hear with the Junior Bolts, because you're right. It'd be easy to if Taylor had a son that was in the program, you could kind of write it off and be like, oh, he did this for his kid. But like it's totally selfless. Like he's doing it for these young men to become better men.
I think he played football at Pius. He wants his kids to have a great experience there. He saw a need, and he just decided to do it.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. Yeah.
I've heard so many great things about it. And Taylor and I have been friends for 20 years, but I'm just honored to know him.
So sad for you, Aaron. So sad for you. And I know that's a lie. We both know that's a lie.
That's what the winky face says. It says I'm lying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that means lying. Yeah. I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
No.
Mike, we went 45 minutes without doing it. And you did it.
I know. The kids were like talking about it today in school, and I was like, "You guys, it's dead. Like, let it go. It's done."
And you revived it.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
Jim. I bet Jim probably knows some people. Jim's got. Gosh, you've been all over the place, Jim. You probably have some different connections, and.
No, Jim's the guy that people are like,
actually,
I know Jim Bertrand.
Yeah, Jim is the connection. That is actually very valid.
I have a friend who knows Jim Bertrand.
That's a very valid point. Jim is actually an amazing person. If you are in Lincoln and you get an opportunity to go to coffee with him or something, just a heart of gold. So yeah, Jim's great.
Jim's where you got your crucifix, right?
Oh yeah. So this is, and I will give a shout out then to Deacon Bruce Dahl, I believe, Dahl. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, but Deacon Bruce Dahl, he is in Fargo, North Dakota. He is DAHL. Thanks, Jim. This is cool. It's like we have another brain. We have another brain on the side here. But,
that's all AI. That's not really Jim.
No. But Bruce, a couple years ago, I believe, and Jim would do justice. I feel bad talking about it because I don't know for sure, but I believe he said he started that 2 years ago ish, or maybe it's been longer. But he got these down to a reasonable cost. He just sent me 24 of them in a box, and he's like, "Oh yeah, men and women of the cross." But he sent me 24 of them. He wants them to spread. I mean, he does not want to take a dime like for it either. Like all these people are so generous, they don't want to take any money for it. But you can make a donation to the church up in Fargo, North Dakota. But if you go to the Men and Women of the Cross, that's their apostolate or their mission, and you can find out more, or send us a message too, and we can give you more information. But Jim is the one that showed me this. It's actually spreading through Pius. Some of my colleagues are wearing it. My wife's wearing one. The coffee group guys, Jim's been bringing them, and yeah, it's just been awesome. So
Mine is on
super heavy.
It's on the desk behind Mike's
Super
head.
heavy.
Instead, I wear a Benedictine cross. I have a
Oh, this is a Benedictine.
devotion to
Saint Benedict.
Mine's a little tiny one though.
Yeah, this one's bigger. We'll see about that.
You're holier, Mike. That's all we can say.
I'm not saying that. I just said it's bigger. Anyway, but no, these were blessed. Oh, and actually, I don't know. I think I told you this, Jim. It's been going 10 years, over 50,000 given away. Wow. So, okay, I did not do that
awesome.
justice at all. So,
Yeah, you really did.
it's crazy.
Don't let Mike sell your products if you have a product to sell.
But they come. Well, the reason he doesn't sell them too is that he can't because they're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been blessed by a priest. And then when I talked to Bruce on the phone, Bruce had said that they've also been. I thought he used the term exorcise, but I think there was a special exorcism prayer prayed over them as well. He didn't have that on the sheet that it comes in. They come in a little packet when he sends them to you. But he said, yeah, I should probably maybe put that in there. But super powerful. And I felt it, and I have not really taken it off just a few times when I need to like take a shower or something. So
Stop showering.
well, that's been on my list.
So your resolution?
No sugar, no showers. I could do all S's.
How about no
sugar,
podcast?
no showers. No sinning, no sugar, no showers.
I like it.
Oh, what the?
Yes.
We have a visitor.
Hmm.
Is it Jim?
Oh my gosh. I want to find out.
So we had a guest. I was a little nervous. The guy looked a little scary. So I think this must be a customer of Jonathan's. How funny is that? Okay. Anyway, Jonathan did something during an interview once when he talked about me when I was home. I don't know. Here he comes. Never mind. I won't say anything.
What'd you say, Mike?
We won't talk about you. I mean,
Not anymore.
who's
I'm
that?
back. That was Jim.
Oh, I was like, it didn't look like Jim.
We are at my business, so that was a vendor of mine.
Oh.
Dropping something off.
Wow. That was startling.
What did I miss when I was gone, Mike?
I don't know. I did not talk. You can rewatch it. I didn't talk about it yet. I wouldn't do that.
You would never do
I
that,
wouldn't do that.
would you? But you could.
I bet you could.
You could do it, Jim.
You are holy.
If anybody could do it.
Yeah. Well, we are on. Should I give the address? I mean, we're roughly 40th and
Old Cheney.
Old Cheney. So I know Jim. I know where Jim lives, so he's not too far away. But
Well, I think next time we do a live, it'd be neat to. I'd like to talk about discernment. I just think discernment is a good topic to discuss.
You know a lot about that.
I think it's something that we all struggle with. I remember my spiritual director said this is probably 7 or 8 years ago, not 6 or 7. It was 7 or 8, and he talked about knowing God's will and doing God's will. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you can never know God's will. And he's like, actually, the more you're in relationship with Him, the more you do. Like your wills are far apart, and they start to do this, and it's like being in a relationship with your spouse. Like at some point, you can kind of say what Melissa thinks or wants in a certain situation just because you know her well. So you do kind of start to have one mind. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, so there is, because if it's always like, well, we're never going to know God's will, like that kind of stinks.
Is that when you talk about your wife knowing what you're thinking? Is that like when you come home and there's an extra couple rugs and a few pillows that are new, and you're like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
And then she looks at you.
This is very specific, Mike.
Kind of like one of those looks, and you kind of like, you're like, because at that point I feel like My wife and I are like right on the same
I know
page.
exactly what she's
I
thinking.
should not have said that, and I should just shut up. Like,
And then you're like, I think I'm gonna sleep in the tent tonight.
this is the night. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. So we finished up our. Did I interrupt you? I did.
No,
Go ahead.
please.
You were talking about something serious with discernment,
I was.
and I was
And
like,
it was
"You
that
don't need to do that."
ship
right
has
now."
sailed. You talk about your funny thing with Tootsie Rolls.
So we finished our 12-month camp out. So with Force and Faith, Jim Bertrand, speaker, shroud presenter at Force and Faith, was at our last event, which was, we had a downpour. But anyway, part of the Force and Faith experience, the retreat that we did, what spun out of that was a 12-month camp out challenge. We had about 8 to 10 guys who were on a regular thread that one night a month for a whole year, we would camp outside. And we didn't do it together. Sometimes I did have Seth Dwyer, another interviewer. Gosh, I forgot about Seth too. Our interviewee. Seth did come over one night and we did the camp out. And that was awesome. We have a little statue of Mary that he actually said he was out of his tent a couple times at night praying. And I was like, that's amazing. But we did 12 months. We finished in December. It was awesome. I highly recommend it. You rough it for a night. You offer up a prayer intention. You get other guys that are around, not the country, but we had in the region, we had somebody from Grand Island doing it. I think that might have been the farthest, but anyway, we had a handful of guys doing it, and we would send each other a picture of what we looked like. We're getting, but January was brutal. I think it was so cold. That was the worst last January, so about a year ago. But we did it. We made it every month. We did it every month. It was super cool. So I highly, Anyway, I think Dan Sampson, I don't know. Dan decided to do it another year, so he's the only one. It was a good for once a year. I don't know that I want to do it again.
So you asked me, I think it was in February, like, you should join the challenge. Speaking of discernment, it was very quick discernment. I said no.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And I knew it right away.
It was
awesome. Cool
awesome
to hear about it though. Like
awesome.
As you guys did it and your different experiences with it, and then hearing from different guys what it was like.
Yeah.
It's like the sugar thing. Like when I saw you guys doing that, there was a little bit of like, not a jealousy, but like, oh, that's cool to be a part of that group. Like it does bond you together.
It was really cool. It was we all had to suffer a little bit, but it was and every morning, the next morning, people would text and be like, "You alive? Did you make it?" And because we've got like coyotes, and they had said that they spotted a mountain lion nearby. So there's always these little risks when you hear like things rustling around your tent. You're just hoping that the nylon fabric, whatever it is,
that'll protect
keep everything out. Although I did sleep one of the nights. I did sleep. Dan's really good at it. I think Wes did too. But they were good about, and Andrew, but they didn't have any. They had nothing. They just slept outside with like a pillow, a blanket.
What?
Yeah, and no tent. And I'm like, I gotta have something. I gotta have some barrier. I just got to. Well, I did July, or maybe it was May. May, June, July. Anyway, I did the hammock with nothing.
Oh.
And it was really comfortable. I've never slept in a hammock before. And I use that term loosely, the slept, but it was really comfortable. I mean, I was worried about some raccoon ripping my face off. That crossed my mind, but.
Dylan, my son, he slept in the mountains of Colorado at Camp Waitiu. He was a volunteer there. He slept in a hammock or on the ground.
This was on the podcast.
Yeah, for the whole summer.
Oh my gosh.
And they had they had to have bear spray or whatever. Like bears are out in. Yeah. So like, I know you're afraid of a vicious raccoon, but like there were bears out there, right?
Yeah. Well, a raccoon is pretty mean.
Well, it could be nasty.
It could be nasty. Yeah. It could be a really bad scratch.
So, yeah, but so like Wes and Andrew are former military guys. So I kind of expect them to be like, it's just a raccoon ripping my face off.
They are tough dudes.
But for you, like, I don't know. How'd you do without your satin sheets?
It was difficult. It was difficult not to have a nice warm bed. I did. It was great though. Honestly, I'd recommend it if you ever wanted to try it. Get a group of guys together, and it was great. Yeah, not a lot of sleep, but it was when December hit and we checked that box, it was like we did something and it was meaningful.
What's cool about that is that you can look back at it, and it's usually through the difficult times that you have greater memories. I remember skiing in Colorado, and it was like a blizzard on top of the mountain. And my sons and my running buddy and I look back at that with probably the most fondness of any of the trips, because it was treacherous, but we did it together. Like at the time I had a beard, most of us did, and we just had ice in our beers and we couldn't see. And, we're trying to stay close to each other to safely get down the mountain. But now we look back at it as one of the best trips. So
yeah,
I think sometimes going through something hard together, it's just bonding.
Yeah, that reminds me, when we did Forged in Faith, the last one with Jim, when he spoke, we had a gentleman his name was Jean-Claude, and he came to the first one last year, not Catholic, heard about it on the radio, came to the retreat, showed up without a tent, without a sleeping bag. He had some familiarity with sleeping in a tent because he had been a refugee. And so he showed up. It was amazing. It was so cool. Everybody just like embraced him over the weekend. It was so amazing. And then anyway, then he comes to the next one in June. Anyway, and it's a downpour, and we're at Matt Kleinschmidt's place, the Oaks, 100 acres of trees. It's muddy. It's just a mess. And we got like this 4-wheeler and we're driving around trying to like save things because it's getting wet, and Jim's got to present on the Shroud of Turin and everything is wet. And we're like, oh my gosh. But we all get in there and we're all like kind of getting dried off, and we're like putting sweatshirts on, and, and everybody's kind of looking around and like, where's Jean-Claude? we lost Jean-Claude in the flood. And so we have no idea, but so the military guys, Wes and Andrew, load up, right? They're like in the 4-wheeler, and I hop in there with him. Josh was with us, and we go up there and we're like, where did he go? Is he alive? Like, cause it was really like downpouring. And anyway, and he didn't, I don't think he had a phone or anything. Well, he might have, but we found him in the campsite. He was in his tent and it was drenched. But it was so funny to like go. He got this big old smile on us. He's such a sweet, hard man. We got him in we loaded him up, kind of like we were in the military or something. Like, get in. The chopper's got to leave. But we got him in. We drove him down. But those are the moments where you're like cold and wet, and it's like miserable. You're muddy. Everything's kind of falling apart. But looking at it now, I'm like, that was really fun. It's kind of a fun memory. So.
Speaking of Forged in Faith, what does that look like in 2026?
So Forged in Faith, we have our tentative date is the first weekend of June. I talked to Matt this morning. We are looking at getting kind of a meeting set up to talk about what we're going to do. But yeah, if you haven't been to Forged in Faith, it's forgedinfaithx.net is the website. You can do, forgedinfaith.net? I think it's forgedinfaith.net. That's horrible. I don't even know. If you Google,
we'll put a link to it.
If you Google, that's horrible. How do I get confused? I think my YouTube channel is different, but Forged in Faith is the organization that we are starting. It's been going for a couple years now, but we go out Friday night, you camp out. We have adoration in the woods, which is amazing. It's 100 acres of trees. It's secluded. We forge metal. So Andrew brings out his forge. He's a blacksmith. And so we do some forging out there, and we make a really cool project, which you get to take home. We cap it at 24 men. As of right now, it's been pretty much just free. We do take donations to help with costs. We do some really awesome food. Josh will do burgers. I think he did ribs last time, pulled pork, stuff like that. But we have mass on Saturday, and we have some great speakers. Jonathan spoke the last event. That was June, right? That was the one we got rained out.
Yeah, that was the raining one. Yeah.
Were you there when we got rained out?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So Jonathan spoke, amazing speaker. We have some amazing guys out there. We've had a lot of good guys come speak. But then we have trap range where you get to shoot guns. And you hang out with 24 guys. It's pretty like intimate, and you get some free time just to wander 100 acres of just woods. It's private. I mean, there's nobody else out there really. Matt does kind of open it up for people that you can always go out there and camp out or do whatever you want to do or walk it. But amazing, huge lake, waterfall. It's just a beautiful place. And so we're working with the Diocese of Lincoln now. We're talking about possibly not necessarily the diocese, but with the retreat center. We're going to maybe work with them because you went to the retreat center. It was a good experience, and so we're going to maybe use them to help us get the word out more. And we cap it at 24 guys. It's pretty small. Yeah, there's some really cool things that happen that are sort of I don't know. It's just good. You have to experience it, but yeah, it's really awesome. Oh, they learn how to light a fire. Poor Wes. So Wes is a military guy, a helicopter pilot. He helps with the fire starting station, and it was pouring. It was pouring rain, and he's trying to show people how to light a fire, and everything's wet. But that was just that one time. We do try to watch the weather and see if we can make it work. But yeah, it's a blast. It's great. Fire pits, good food, a lot of good men that come out. So you don't have to be Catholic. It's just great.
So
yeah, how about you?
June.
Okay. Yep, and you got your retreat coming. Well,
I haven't set a date yet.
are you doing just once a year?
I don't know yet. Yeah, Father Barrick asked me that. So when's the next one? When Jesus tells me.
Thank you, Jim.
Peace,
I'm
Jim.
not sure if we missed you. I know we just saw that you're signing off.
Yeah.
We'll be on for another 4 or 5 hours, so don't worry. You can
come back when you wake up. Whenever.
Watching the numbers plummet right now. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, so I'll see. I'm discerning that.
Okay.
Speaking of discerning, I'm
Awesome.
discerning that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, we're at over an hour.
Yep. We told ourselves we'd be no longer than 20 minutes. So
We blew it.
fail.
Oh, just got a text from an interviewee.
They wish they were
I
here.
figured he was watching. But he was not. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what else? So we got the next episode is going to drop. We have an episode with Doug Ivy. Awesome dude. He works at Back to the Bible. Really awesome story. He's got some amazing. He spent some time in the NICU with his babies. Lost a child. Just awesome. Amazing story. So yeah. That'll probably be our next episode.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's getting edited as we speak. So that'll be out, and we got a few more coming. Did you hear somebody?
Yeah. No. It's probably Jim.
Or what was the guy's name? Larry that came to the door?
It's the cable guy.
Was it Larry?
So no.
We do live. We're very close to Larry the cable guy.
Hey, somebody call him.
He lives near us.
Just call him and ask him to come on.
He's very close. He's walking distance to the Oaks, which is where we have Force and Faith. Larry, if you're watching, by some stroke of God's will, we want to get you there. Actually, we did talk to a guy that was on Alone, the movie or the TV show on History Channel, Alone.
It's gonna be a big year, guys.
Maybe we're working on that. We'll see if we want it to be a secret though. We want to have a secret guest come to the Force and Faith that nobody knows. So anyway, we'll see. Yeah, good year. Got a lot of good things happening. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us in the barn. It's not very barn-like, I know, but
hey, somebody's watching. Who's that? What's that comment?
Who?
I am.
Who do you think that is?
Well, I know who it is, but I don't. Is that a question or a statement or a
It's
declaration?
a bold statement. You are.
Hello, Thad.
Boiler Brewing Company. I think I want a beverage.
You said, oh, what did we say about you? We talked about you earlier. We were talking about you earlier, but you weren't watching.
He is watching. Who'd have thought?
Ah. Have you been watching the whole hour and 19 minutes?
Oh, Thad. We're Thad.
Because I feel like that number represents the viewers, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not. Oh, no. See, he said no. Did you? Well, we talked about you a lot.
Yeah.
All good things.
Totally good. Just don't go watch it again. There's no reason to
Yeah.
verify what we said.
If you are watching and you want to watch a really awesome interview, Thad Ayers.
Thad
Arts.
Arts.
Ayers.
Yep.
I'm very particular about my spelling. and so I overemphasize.
Is that
Littel.
is that the one where I had we opened the brunch? Somebody mentioned that I saw
Yes.
in a public setting, and they're like, "Remember that time you got, your ears turned red on the plate?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "When you were having too much to drink."
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
don't drink on public
Oh,
viewing forum."
so good. So if you ever watch our episodes and you see the bottle that's next to us that we have kind of like right in the center, I think, what's it called? Sunday Brunch? Is that what it's called?
I think it's called
Dad?
brunch.
Or just called brunch?
Brunch.
It's one of the craft beers over at the Boiler Brewing Company. It's awesome, man. I mean, amazing, right? Pickle Pilsner, another good one to have over there.
OCD pills, yeah. Oh, double barrel brunch is what it was called.
Oh, really? Double beer? I don't remember that. That's what it was.
Felt like a quadruple barrel at the end of
That's
that bottle.
It was like a meal.
You know, when we do have Andrew on, he'll be the first guest. Maybe we'll smoke pipes while we're
Oh yeah,
on
we'll
the
do a
show.
smoking pipe episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Carl has he just bought a new pipe.
Has Jesus on it.
Like anybody cares. Oh yeah, did you buy a new pipe? It was made by the Catholic Pipe Company.
Huh.
Hand carved. I think it's hand carved, but it's carved.
Dang.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, it'd be more interesting if it was foot carved.
Look at us. We're like both our arms were crossed. What's
Yeah.
going on there?
Yeah.
Is that our signal to we're out of here? Like we're
Can't see my ponytail.
oh, it's the dark of your shirt. No plaid today?
Never again. I did it one time on this podcast with you.
You should talk about your watch right there. That's pretty cool, man.
It's my
I'm just
watch.
throwing out ideas. All right, Dad, do you have any questions for us before you tune out? I think you already tuned out. He's off. He's gone.
He is.
Everybody's gone. Everybody left us.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up.
Oh no, nope. He said
Nope.
no.
No, he's not here. How did he? I don't understand.
Dad, we got to do a live Q&A.
At
Craft.
Boiler.
Oh, that'd be cool. Can you do
Dude,
that?
yes.
Can we do that?
I don't know. Can we? We'll do a live tasting at Boiler
Ooh, samples.
while we interview that.
Maybe that's what his nope is.
Nope. Oh, he
Yes.
says
Yes. Okay.
I dig it.
2 locations. Downtown is amazing.
Yeah.
South.
He said yes because he knows I can't handle my liquor.
Is that a rocket ship?
He's like, I'll give him 2 samples and he'll be passed out.
No, that would really be actually cool. So, you want to mention that? We can mention for it too for people that are watching this. The one craft beer that is like number 2 in the
World. I think it was the world
number
that
2
year.
in the world potentially on the
We can say
tap. I can't remember what the app was, but it's
Untapped.
Untapped.
Is it Untapped or Tapped?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Oh,
We are not.
Wild. Was it Wild AF?
Was that the one? I don't think that was it. Oh, it is Untapped.
Untapped.
Yeah.
Wild AF, I believe, or was it Coconut Killer?
Double barrel coconut
Coconut
killer.
Killer.
Oh, if you could get your hands on a bottle of that. No.
Can't get it.
I think they exist out there, but it's on a gray market. And you'd have to give a kidney for it.
Dad, do you guys happen to have at Boiler? I know you guys serve, I think, wine too, but do you happen to have Buffalo Trace? It's kind of hard to grab too. It's a bourbon. I don't know if you guys have access to that. Triple barrel.
coconut killer is coming out in a week. That's when we're gonna do a live
What would be?
at the
Oh, we
release.
can get it. Okay. That's good to know because I'm getting low on the Buffalo Trace bourbon at our house. I just noticed it. No, what? So why? So Dad on the thread. I don't know. I guess when people rewatch this, do they get to see the comments?
No, I did. They'll
Okay.
think we're talking to ourselves if they can.
Okay, I will let them repeat it. So Dad said that it's hard to get. It's hard to get the double barrel coconut killer. Number 2 in the world. Number 2 voted in the world. Now you're coming out with the triple barrel. So what is that?
It's gonna go to number 1. Triple barrel means they do the mash process 3 times, I think, and then they stick it in a barrel for like 2 years and age it in an oak barrel. You got to try it. He said you can't see it. Yeah, but if you go to Boiler Brewing Company's website, you can read all about this stuff. It's freaking
3
amazing.
different barrels.
3 barrels to soak up all the flavors from each of the
Whoa.
barrels.
So
crazy.
how long of a process did you say that is?
I think it's a year in each barrel.
So for me to take a drink of something,
Over
3
3
years.
Dang.
That's incredible. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so I left some milk in my fridge for that long, and it didn't taste that good. It wasn't like aged. It was cheese.
chunky. It was it had gone back to well, Thad can talk about milk, right? See these things we didn't talk about in your interview, Thad. Like now I know more about like as you grew up, you had goats and you drank. It was from teat to bowl. Like milk came from the teat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
You are.
Pretty sure I am.
Be careful.
It's not an udder, is it an udder?
That's utterly ridiculous.
We're starting to like now. This is becoming a blooper reel, right? So from teat to bowl, like it cannot get any fresher. Potentially warm in the cereal bowl. That was what I learned recently from Thad.
Was it goat milk or cow milk?
The goat. I don't think he had a dairy cow.
Goat milk.
You gotta like milk out the.
I don't ever want to eat cereal at Thad's house.
That's the only one watching anyway.
It's okay.
It's kind of like just a video call between us and Thad.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's schedule a time at the boiler.
Yes.
To do a live. I wonder what time would be good for that. Like, is 7 o'clock a good time? Well, probably too busy in there. It's probably really busy. Like,
No, he has a special room for guests like us that we can do that in. So
that's a very generous guy.
we'll have to have the perfect guest on for that, or we can interview Thad again. See what he
I
has to
think we
say.
could interview Thad. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of cool things.
Can you bring your goat?
Oh, you know who has a goat? We do have somebody in our coffee group with a goat. His name is Ed.
Can you get his goat?
Bah.
I see what you did there.
Okay. Well, we can. All right.
All right.
What else? You got anything else?
That's it.
New things dropping soon. So excited.
Yep. Can be a lot of podcasts dropping. Some amazing guests. Some we can't talk about. They're so high level.
Thanks to everybody that was watching. Jim, Aaron, Jude, Dad. Who else did I miss on the comments? Those were the commenters anyway.
Mike's mom.
Oh, we got 0. Now we have 0.
Jesus.
It just dropped to 0. They're like, that's a good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, they're back. They're back. Okay. That number just shot right back up. All right. Thanks you guys for watching. We're out of here. Hang up your boots and
See you
hang up your
soon.
boots. Hang up your hat. And we'll see you on the next episode.